everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Bright Side. I'm your host, Caroline Susko. I'm so excited you guys are here with me today, joining me for our episode. I'm so glad you guys love the studio. I got such amazing feedback from being here, and I'm so excited to be here again and keep these videos coming for you guys. Yippee! Now, today we're going to do an episode about confidence, but before we even chat about confidence, I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room. I have been so stressed out about the fact that TikTok could no longer be with us. And I'm like, literally, I have my phone waiting to hear like any announcements every 3 hours. I'm like, TikTok update, because I don't know what I'm going to do. But oh my goodness, I have been so stressed out waiting to hear like a verdict. And so stress central over that. And yeah, I'm trying to just stay on the bright side, trying to keep my composure, but oh my goodness, it's hard because like it would be a complete career switch up. And like, you know, like the millionaires, they're set. But then there's the other people who are like trying to make ends meet with the app. And that's where we're a little scared of. But anyways, today we are here to talk confidence. And what inspired me to do this episode is last weekend I got to go to an event with Emergency and Anna Sitar in New York City. And I did not get a +1. So it was me solo tripping to New York City by myself to go to this mocktail event and meet Anna, but all by myself. I've never done anything like this before. And I did it because I was like, okay, this is such a big opportunity and to be invited to this is absolutely incredible. So I don't want to pass up this moment. So I was like, okay, we got to be confident. We got to be confident and we got to pull ourselves together. Now, you guys know me, anxiety is a part of me. So anxiety and confidence, I always thought like couldn't go together. Like I thought if you were anxious, you couldn't be confident and vice versa. But no, I realized that confidence isn't something that you're born with. Confidence is something you get by saying yes to something. Confidence is a trait you can learn. You just because you're born shy or born anxious or something like that doesn't mean you don't have it in the cards to be confident. And I think that's what I had to learn first because anyone can be confident. You know, we look at our friends and we look at influencers and we're like, oh my gosh, they are so confident. They're so pretty. Like, of course they're confident. No. Everyone has insecurities. Everyone gets nervous. That's life. Everyone has these feelings. But what makes people confident is saying yes to things, doing things. Oh my gosh, I'm such a hand talker. You're going to see this now on the video. But saying yes to things. The only reason why your friend is confident and you're not is because they said yes to more things. They put their self out there in more times. Like, we're all self-conscious. Please. You're self-conscious, I'm self-conscious. We've all been self-conscious one time or another, or still are. But the only difference is to get to confidence is we got to put the work in. But when you're confident and secure in yourself, you become confident and secure with the relationships around you because you're setting those standards. If you're confident in yourself and you're secure in yourself and you know how you should be treated and know the relationships around you are confident ones, those are the ones you're going to breed. And oh my goodness, is this a time saver? When you become confident, when you learn this confidence, that's what you attract around you. So, for example, if you're super confident and you get this confidence, and it's not like an annoying level of confidence, it's just like, okay, I know what I deserve and I know my worth. If you put out that energy, then that's what's going to come back around. And the people who leave, the people that go out of your life, the people that make fun, are the people that feel threatened by you and your confidence. And let them run. Let them run for the hills. Let them walk away. Because what kind of a friendship is one where someone feels threatened by you, by your friendship, by who you are as a person, and by your capabilities? Imagine you calling someone your best friend and they're running for the hills because you know your worth and you know your confidence. Absolutely not. What a time saver. And the people who are lifting you up and who are being your cheerleaders and are cheering loud for you, those are the people that are confident and secure in yourself. And I've noticed this in my lifetime. And the people who are cheering me on, the people who always have kind words to say, who are always like, you go girl, I'm cheering so loud for you, are the ones that I know are super confident in themselves. Because the people who aren't confident in themselves and are insecure are the people who don't feel great about themselves and they try to take away from other people. It's kind of like the thing we learned in kindergarten, like the bucket dipping thing. Like they're trying to like take out of your bucket to make themselves feel better. That pushing you down a peg brings them up a peg in their world. Doesn't make sense. But that's where the insecurity comes from. And as I've grown older, I can see it very easily in people and in comments, in texts, whatever, when someone's insecure and when someone's truly confident. And honestly, confidence is good for you, but it's also so amazing for your friendships because it breeds such a healthier friendship because you're not doing tit for tat. You're not jealous of them. You're just fully cheering them on and they're cheering you on and vice versa. Because people have told me in my past, like, oh, you shouldn't do this. This is cringy. You can't do that. Guys, the only reason I've ever been told that by someone is because they're threatened I'm going to be able to do it, that they're scared I'm going to be able to do it, and that they know I'm going to be able to do it and succeed. That's why. When people talk shit, it's because they know you're capable, and they don't want you to get that success. So honestly, when people talk bad about you in that sort of sense, talk negatively about your dreams, take it as a compliment and a pat on the back because deep down, you know that they know that you can do it. And the nice part about confidence is I think no matter where we are or who we are, we can always get better at confidence. So this is a good episode for today because I think anyone can benefit from it. I can benefit. And honestly, I need to boost my confidence a little too, and I know we all can. What I need to do is listen to my confidence thoughts like I do my intrusive thoughts or those trends on TikTok where they say watch this for 5 seconds and you'll have a great year. You bet I'm watching those TikTok videos all the way through because I'm too scared. I believe them so much. Okay, well, why can't you believe in yourself? Why do we have to believe these stupid TikTok trends or these text messages that like send this to 5 people or blah, 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 but we can't believe in ourselves? The logistics behind it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, but here we are. First, getting there. Confidence does not come overnight. It's not something that you just wake up with. It's not something you're born with. It's something you learn over time. And what I like to say about confidence is something similar to the season of life and the season of change. If we work towards anything in our lifetime, there is not one time where it just works overnight. It takes months of practice. It takes good days. It takes bad days. And I love this quote, you can't have August without July. And that's exactly what this is. You can't have this next chapter of confidence if you're stuck reading an old chapter of your life where you're super insecure, or you're thinking about your insecurities and you're surrounding yourself with people that make you feel insecure. How do you expect to grow in an environment that also did you harm? You can't do both in this scenario. So you need to give yourself grace and realize there's a season for everything. Each month brings you where you're supposed to be, and each time you say yes to something, each time you get out of your comfort zone, oh my gosh, I need to get out of my comfort zone more. Like, listen extra here, Caroline. But each time you do these things, then you learn more. You become more confident. So my 2024 year, I tried to housekeep my life, and I thought this was the best thing I could do for myself so I could become the confident version of me. I house cleaned in 2024. I didn't do anything crazy in 2024. I just got my life back on track. And I really started hanging out with people that made me feel really good and confident in myself. And I started getting rid of apps that made me feel like crap. Snapchat, for example. I deleted Snapchat and it was the best thing I ever did because it took away so much of my confidence on there and it took away so much of my happiness on there because the amount of times I had to see people's private stories, people hanging out, or I wasn't invited. I just feel like I'm protecting my peace so much by not being on that stupid app. And I don't get bothered. I don't know what other people are doing. I don't care to know what other people are doing. So if I can give you one piece of advice to up your confidence, get rid of Snapchat because it is just a draining of confidence. It drains. And another key advice to getting there is surrounding yourself with people who are confident. They say the 5 people you hang out with most are the people you're like the most, who you become. If you're in a circle of people who are talking shit, who are talking negative about themselves, that's what you're going to learn. That's what it's going to breed you to do. If you're in a circle with confident girls who talk nicely about themselves, who do not talk shit, and who lift each other up, that's the kind of energy you're going to take in. So realize and focus on your circle and who's in that circle. And that is a big step to confidence, finding the group of people that make you feel confident. Because honestly, there are days where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't be confident. How could I be confident? But I've learned through the people I'm around that these negative ways aren't the way to be talking to yourself. Not the way. Next, learning to do whatever it is confidently. That is key. I think we all, like, I think to feel confident, we have like this idea where, I mean, in my brain growing up, I was like, okay, well, I'll feel confident when I have this, or when I have that, or when I look like this. No, confidence doesn't come like that. Confidence comes when you're happy with who you are as a person, the person in front of you, the person that you are with right now. Because at the end of the day, I've said this 100 times, the person you spend the most amount of time with is yourself. So you might as well make it a happy place and a loving place for yourself. And when we do things that aren't as glamorized or are quote unquote embarrassing, it's important to realize how we go through these things. So if you fall, do it confidently. If you're overdressed, do it confidently. Do it confidently no matter what you do. Because I can assure you, we are all human beings. We all have done this before. We've all fallen. We've all have been underdressed or overdressed or didn't know what to do, and then we felt embarrassed. And we think it's the end of the world when we do these things. We're like, oh my gosh, I'm mortified. Oh my gosh, I just sneezed. I'm so embarrassed. Come on. So one way to get around these things is to do it confidently. If you fall, laugh it off versus crying. Or if you are overdressed, stunt your outfit and have a fun night. Because think about it. Things grow where your attention goes. If I went to a party and I was so overdressed and everyone else was in sweatpants, or I hated my outfit and was like, oh my gosh, I hate what I'm wearing, I look so bad, I look so ugly, and those thoughts were going in my mind all for that party, how do you think I'm going to feel? I'm going to feel like absolute crap, and I'm going to feel worse, and then I'm going to take it out on other people and probably be miserable. If you keep telling yourself you look bad, that is exactly how you're going to feel. But if you tell yourself, oh my gosh, I love my outfit, I am confident, and I am happy wearing it, that's the vibes that you're going to attract. Even if you have to fake it till you make it at first, this is one of those things where you can fake. Just pretend. Just pretend. Put a smile on your face. Trick your body. Trick your serotonin levels. So bringing this to friendships, I know I'm chatting all over the place, but I'll try to keep it together. When it comes to confidence in friendships, you become a better friend when you're confident because you're secure in yourself. And you can go to your friends and you can go to the people around you and lift them up because you, one, don't feel threatened by them, and two, you're actually happy for them. You actually want them to succeed. You are actually loudly cheering for them, and you're not like, oh, like, why does she have to get that? Like, why can't I? And having this confidence also sets the tone for how people respect you. They're going to respect you extra in all the friendships that you get from here because you respect yourself, because you're setting the scene for how you should be treated. There's people who aren't confident, who aren't secure in themselves, and they have wishy-washy friendships. And then, because of these wishy-washy friendships, that's the boundaries and the scene they're setting for the people around them. That I can be treated meh, and I don't mind, you know? But if you're confident, if you're secure, if you're talking to yourself kindly, it's saying that you know you deserve and you deserve the best, and that you're not willing to settle for someone that's going to treat you kind of okay, or someone that's going to treat you meh here and there. You're going to find the person that treats you a 10 out of 10 every single day, time and time again. Because the way you treat yourself is the way other people are going to treat you. You know who's also going to respect you? Men. Bible book to read. Why Men Love Bitches. Bible. Read it if you haven't, because it is one of the best books, and I've learned so much, because before I read that, like, you bet the bar was in hell. Like, Satan himself was sitting on it, and I just, like, applauded anyone who came in my direction. And so I read this book, and it was, like, you know, people say, like, oh, it was life-changing. No. It was, like, life-changing, because I was, like, not only am I being a doormat, I'm being, like, the worst example I could set for a woman, for a girl, for my friends. It's so embarrassing, but you look back on your life, you're like, holy, how did I let someone treat me like that? Like, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. The guy that stood me up on my 21st birthday, The fact that I still talk to him after, I'm floored. Like, I'm scared for myself. I'm scared for that younger version of me. That you thought that was like, oh my gosh, like I thought that was the best I could do. Someone who stood me up on my 21st birthday. Nope. And it's like a waiting game. It is a waiting game, actually, because you know what you deserve with this confidence. And this book taught me, wait for the right person so you can like spend the rest of your life with the right person versus being with the wrong person for so long that you miss all the time with the right person. I don't know if this is more like relationship advice, but I honestly think it all goes back to confidence, because if you fake it till you make it, you can do so much more. When you're confident in yourself, you're confident in what you deserve. Confidence shows that you have standards, that you're not willing to get the bare minimum from Satan himself, from the bar down below, and you're like, hello, no, this is not what I deserve. And you're not like a brat about it, but you know what you deserve. And you're not just like entertaining the bare minimum or the WYD text. Absolutely not. I will never, ever, 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 ever entertain a WYD text as long as I live. Mark my words. Nope. That's the same thing with Snapchat. I won't do it. No, it's under the standards. Snapchat, below the standards. If a man is texting me on Snapchat, below the standards. Text me for my number. Up the standards just a little bit. I digress. The thing is, when you don't have a lot of confidence, you kind of just let people and guys treat you how they want to. You're their doormat. And when you're not at these people's fingertips, whether it's friendships or it's a guy, they want you more, because they're like, oh, like she isn't at my beck and call. Oh, like she's not going to hang out when I want to hang out. Oh, she's not going to, like, it goes for both. If you're entertaining a mean friend, they're going to think they have you at their fingertips. They're just going to use you when they want and push you away when you want. I've seen it and it sucks. But when you take a step back, whether it's with a guy or with friendships, and say, hey, this is what I deserve and I'm confident in what I deserve, oh my gosh, so much more respect coming your way. I realized for guys that if I am one of many options, I will not be an option, period. Because if you're seen as an option, you're done there. You're not an option. You are a main priority. You are number one. So if someone's telling you like, oh, like you're my plan B, or oh, like if she doesn't want to hang out, I'll hang out with you. Like, absolutely not. Would a confident person do that? Nope. So why would we do that? Saying, are you getting what I'm putting down? Your time is precious in this lifetime, and the right people deserve that time. Do not give your time to people who don't see your worth and who don't see your potential, because life is short. And I think the last thing we want is to look back on our life and regret all the time we spent with people who didn't see our potential, who didn't see our worth, and like all the F-boys that we grossly exerted our energy and time to because we thought they were like the one because we couldn't get them. No. A confident person puts their needs first. Don't drop what you're doing for him or for them. Confident girls fit him into their schedule. They won't drop everything in what they're doing with their friends or their plans just to make time. No, absolutely not. They will fit them into their schedule if they are respectful. But if they're not, then, like, I'm sorry, I'm hanging out with my best friends. I'm going to get dinner with my mom. I'm not wasting my time on you, sir. And, oh my gosh, having confidence also saves so much time. Sometimes when you're talking to a guy and he realizes it's not going to work, it's almost always because he doesn't have, like, that alpha energy and he feels less than. And, like, you know guys, they love feeling like they're the alpha in any sort of thing. So when they don't feel that, like, they run for the hills because they're like, they're not mature yet. They're not grown up. So imagine how many guys you could just, like, get rid of if you were confident. Anyways, but if you respect yourself, a guy is going to realize very quickly that these stupid games aren't going to work on you because you have so much respect for yourself and you expect others to have the same for you. So these little phone games aren't going to work. These little, like, random I miss you texts aren't going to work. Nope, separate. So How to get this confidence. First, like I said, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it is the number one thing. What I want you to do is go out into a situation that you wouldn't and just go do it. Because there's a difference between you and confident you. And confident you would say yes in a heartbeat. So to get to your confident self, how would you do that? You have to start saying yes somewhere. You have to start saying things that make you uncomfortable, or maybe hanging out with a group of people that you aren't always with. Something that challenges your social skills a little bit and makes you kind of work a little harder at it. Because if you spend the same time of day, every single day, with the same group of people, you feel very comfortable with them. So it's a different type of social skills. Do you get what I'm saying? And with everything, it will become comfortable, but it's a different level of working. Next, put your needs first. Period. As embarrassing as it is, I would chat with guys and they'd be like, want to come over? Throw everything aside. Hey, I had to edit my podcast. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going over to his house. Like, that's embarrassing. And that is not confident energy. That's not girl boss energy. That's like desperate energy. That's the energy I was giving, in my opinion. And it was not working. Wasn't working. And once you put your needs first, they'll respect you. They'll respect your time better. And they will realize that your time is very sacred and special, and they won't F around with the time you have. Next, experience change. Like I said before, put yourself in new settings so you can add new things to your toolbox. Now, when I say toolbox, we talked about this last week with anxiety, but your toolbox metaphorically can be used for a lot of different things. When I say toolbox, I mean it's a list of everything you've accomplished that you were worried about in your toolbox that you can look for. Like when you're going to do a project, you get tools, they help you, you build it. Same thing with this. You look in your toolbox, you say, okay, this can help me because, hey, I've done this before and I've done this before, and I'm going to do what I've done in those times to do it again. And the more tools you have in the toolbox, it is so much easier to build a house, to build your foundation, to build what you're trying to work on. But you need your toolbox. So sometimes we start smaller. We start doing little things. Do something little. Challenge your boundaries just a little bit each time. Because then you can look back and be like, okay, I've done it once, I can do it again. It's really like riding a bike. At first, we're not confident doing it. We're falling all over the place. But then by like the fifth try, we know what we're doing because we've practiced and we're doing it. And obviously, when we do things for the first time, no one feels confident doing it. They don't know the result of it, if they're going to be good or bad at it. But it comes with practice. It comes with trial and error. Next, let the confidence kill the jealous people. Let them out. Let them go out the door. Let them. Like Mel Robbins says, let them, especially in situations like this. Because when you're confident, you are your best self. And people are jealous, and instead of people trying to help you, they try to tear you apart, saying you're, too much, or too this, or too that. You're never too much for the right people, and only the wrong people are going to tell you you're too this, you're too that. Because let me tell you, my friend, you are perfect the way you are. It baffles me. I had this one acquaintance, and he preyed on my downfall every single day. And I was like, I don't know you. What is going on and why? And it was such a silly thing. And remember, you have confidence in more specific areas. It takes time to build confidence in other areas because people may have worked longer in those areas. You're confident in certain areas than others are in their areas. And that's where it weighs out. Some things you may be really good at. Some things you may really be bad at. It's okay. You got to find a happy medium because you're not going to be good at everything. And you're not going to be bad at everything. And to end today's episode, because I've been yapping for 45 minutes now, the main point of this is when it comes to confidence, it doesn't mean there's no anxiety or no nerves or no worries. It just means that you're being more courageous than that worry, than your anxiety, and you're going forward with it and you're growing with it. And by doing that, that is how you become more confident, and that's how you set the boundaries for the people around you. And so you're just going to do it over and over. Repeated success every single time will make you feel more confident, will put more tools in your toolbox. So the more things you start saying yes to that make you feel a little uncomfortable, the farther you're going to go. And I hear that advice and I know I need to take it more. And honestly, like this past week, I've really been saying this to myself. And I do think, I think a lot of times in our comfort zone, we realize how comfortable it is. And we have the confidence to stay in the bubble we're in right now because we've done it for so long. But when we first started this routine or whatever, we have to realize that it was scary doing it. It wasn't a confident experience at first, but through routine, it gets easier and better. And we face those fears and we face those worries, which helps us to develop that confidence. And that even if these nerves persist or the anxiety persists, we have the tools to know what to do, to fix it, to help ourselves grow. And above all, in all I've said during this podcast episode, I want you to realize how people treat you is a projection of them and not you. You may be very confident in yourself, but someone else may not be as confident in themselves. And because they're not as confident in themselves, they may see you as a target, someone they're jealous of, someone they want to be like, and project their emotions, their negative energy onto you. And do you deserve that? Absolutely not. But sometimes it does give you grace to realize where it's coming from and to realize, okay, hey, I may be getting a lot of like rude comments or just disrespectful things coming my way sometimes about like something I love doing. And it's not offending anyone doing it. It's just doing what I love. And that's a projection of them, that it's a projection that they're too scared to do their own dreams, to take on their own dreams, that they just have to knock someone else down a peg. It's a projection of them. And if you're confident in yourself, how are you going to project on other people? You're going to say, oh my gosh, good job. I'm so happy for you. Keep going. I'm cheering loud for you. How can I help? That's what confidence shows. So when someone's mean to you, when someone's disrespectful, someone doesn't like you, it's a projection of them. And it has really nothing to do with you. And I think that's also the same thing for a lot of things. Like the way people see us and the way people choose to see us, because they're committed to not understanding us. They want to go on this bit of us being like this negative person, or us being drama, or us being this or that, instead of us just being the confident person we are. And confidence is treating yourself like you would your friend and lifting yourself up and surrounding yourself with nothing but kind and goodness and good people and people who have goals and want to commit and want to grow with you. So, lots about confidence today, but I just want you to give yourself grace, especially in this season. You guys, this past week, I will be fully honest. It has been a sucky week for my mental health. It's gone like this. And again, I'm saying this because I don't want someone to come on here and be like, oh my gosh, it looks like she has her life together because here she is podcasting this week. No, like I almost didn't do this week's episode because I was like, I don't know if my mental health is in the right place. And I just want you to know that you're not alone, especially in the winter season. It is so hard to be able to keep your composure and keep your mental health up, especially with like the dark days and the cloudiness and the snowy and the la la la. It's hard, but just know you're not alone, and just know everyone has good days and bad days, and find the people who are going to help you climb those mountains, and find the people who are going to, if you're tired, push you up those mountains and take your hand and say, let's go, we're doing this together. My friends this week have been there for me so extra, and I really needed it. My friend sent me pick-me-up flowers, and that was like her reaching her hand out to me and saying, let's get up this mountain together. And so for this week, I want you to reach out to someone and give a helping hand and extend your hand to someone, because especially in the season of winter, we all struggle from time to time, but we have to realize the support we have around us, and we have to realize the people who are here to help us, and sometimes we have to take their hand. This week I had to take my friend's hand because I was like, I need help, I'm drowning, and I feel like everything is going wrong, and I wake up every day with a panic attack. Instead of sitting in my bed every day, I said, okay, what can I do about it? And my friends noticed it, and they said, let me extend a hand to you and get you up this mountain, because when I'm better, I'll be doing the same thing for her. That's how friendships work. And it's those confident friendships that get you those kind of opportunities together. With that, I love you all so, so much. Thank you for listening to On the Bright Side Pod. I'm so glad we get to do videos together. And if you're listening or watching, please make sure to give a 5-star review. It helps On the Bright Side get so many more opportunities like this to do so many more wonderful things. If you know of a sponsor, please email at onthebrightsidepod20@gmail.com. And if you're not following at On the Bright Side Pod with 2Ds on Instagram, make sure you're doing so for all the latest updates. And with that, I love you so, so much. Stay healthy, stay happy, and give yourself grace. And remember to stay looking on the bright side, and I promise you it'll serve you really well. Love you guys. Bye.